Check this out. Today we're installing the Extreme Online front splitter on the front of my 2006 Corvette C6. So stay tuned. I'll walk you through the install process and tell me what you think. Here's the box that the splitter came in. You can see it came from the Extreme Online store. Big box. I was kind of surprised when it came in the mail, but there it is. It was packaged really nicely. The cardboard is really thick, heavy duty. It was packaged inside with foam wrap, plastic wrap, and even had the ridges, the rigid kind of cardboard edges to keep it safe, keep it from bending. So it looks good. I'm gonna go ahead and get this unpackaged and we'll take a look. Okay, I got this thing unwrapped. It was inside of the cardboard box. It was wrapped up in plastic wrap with foam wrap wrapped around the outside. Packaged really well. So here's a quick look at it. This is the front lip spoiler. It's the extended ZR1 splitter for the Corvette C6, the base or narrow body. It's finished in kind of the carbon black metallic, if you can see that. There's the Extreme Online logo there. So it looks pretty good. I'm looking forward to getting onto the car. So I'm going to get this thing mocked up and see if I can get it installed today. Here we are in the garage. Get ready to put this splitter on. It looks like the first thing I need to do is remove those front corner pieces of kind of the factory air dam splitter, whatever you want to call it. So it looks like an 8mm or 10mm. I'm going to go ahead and grab a socket and see if I can get those off now. Let's see how that goes. So I've got this thing mocked up. I'm using a few jack stands to kind of hold it in place. I've got some blue tape to kind of help assist in the front. And I've also got my handy Ryobi laser level. This lets me shoot a beam on the center so I can center it on the grill. I also have a line where the center of the hole is on the splitter, and this helps me to get it dead center, or at least that's my hope. So I've got this thing mocked up and I think I'm going to put a couple screws in it. Let's see what happens. Well, this is what we end up with. This is the bottom of the splitter. Let's see if I can pan back a little bit. It's got these little self-tapper screws that comes with it. There's some holes that go along that are already pre-drilled, but I looked for other spots where the plastic was pretty close to the body of the car, and so I put some extras in. So I don't think there's any harm in putting some extra in to make sure it's going to be a good fit. You see, this is the bottom. This is as we're curving around towards the driver's side. You can kind of see how it looks. Here's the side of it. So here we are looking at the passenger side of the car. This is where the splitter goes on. There's kind of a groove right here that kind of just falls into. Yes, I know there's chips on my car, but I drive this thing and track it. So anyway, you can kind of see it fits pretty good, fits pretty tight. There's some little sections down here I think that I wish I was a little bit tighter. I'm going to see if I can snug those up a bit, but overall it looks pretty good. Underneath, kind of get an idea about how it's mounted. So we'll get this thing wrapped up and I'll take a picture with it on the ground. We'll see how it looks. Okay, here is the splitter on the car. You can see how it fits right there, how it looks in the front. Overall, it wasn't too bad. I think it looks pretty nice. I think for $218 or whatever it was, I think that's not a bad buy. So let me go ahead and tell you how the install went. Here's the rest of the car for you guys that are wondering. We're going to go ahead and pull this thing out of the garage. Like I said, here's the car. Here's the garage where all the magic happens, I guess. Okay, here we go. Here is the splitter installed on the car. Sorry, the light's a little bad. This is the front of it right here. You can get a better look how it looks. It tucks up pretty nice and tight under there. The front definitely gives a little bit more of that mean appearance I'm looking for, and so far it looks pretty good. Wrap around to the side, it looks nice. I think overall, I think for the money, you really can't beat it. You know, give me a little something to do on a weekend day. Wasn't too expensive, adds a little looks to the car, so all in all, you really can't go wrong. so the splitter is on. Let me tell you how the install went. Like I said, the packaging was really nice, really heavy duty cardboard box. Had kind of the rigid cardboard pieces on the end to keep it flat. It was wrapped up in kind of a styrofoam, kind of a foam over the plastic, so it was wrapped up really nice. Got it, it looks great. It's kind of that carbon flash exterior. The install was pretty straightforward. First thing I did is jack the front of the car up. I didn't need the whole thing up in the air, but I put the front up in the air, probably 8 inches or so, jacked it up, put some jack stands under there. Next thing I did is took some other jack stands and used them to kind of mock up and hold the splitter in place. I think that makes it much easier to get the thing kind of situated and figure out how it's going to go on there. Also, I used tape on the center of my grill and on the center of the splitter to line it up so that I got the point of the splitter on with the point of my bumper. Other than that, once I got it in place, I started with the inside. I used the self-tapping screws that were provided. I did drill a pilot hole first just to make the process a little bit easier. The screws are self-tapping screws, but if you're not totally straight and you get those things in there, it just falls off the drill. So I really suggest drilling a pilot hole first, just a couple of sizes smaller than the screw. It goes in, it's pretty straightforward. They did supply the double-sided tape to go along with the splitter. I didn't use that. I was worried when I was kind of mocking it up and trying to get it in place that the tape was just gonna make it more of a headache than it was worth. So I used all the self-tapping screws. It's in place, and I think it looks pretty good. So I need to take it out on the road and make sure this thing's gonna stay on there. So we'll see how it goes. I'll go ahead and pull the car out and we'll see how it looks out in the daylight. I wanted to share something with you guys. I work on my car a lot. I'm always in the garage in some sort of project. And I picked up this thing. I found it online at Amazon. It's a bed rug bed mat. It's 2 foot wide, 4 feet long. It folds in half, so it goes into a 2 foot by 2 foot square. It's got a handle so you can carry it. I use it in the garage, so I don't have to lay on the asphalt or on the concrete. It's cold or it's hot and it's uncomfortable. I autocross this car all the time, and I use it when I'm on my knees when I'm checking tire pressures and whatnot. So super nice. It's got just right amount of padding. It's waterproof. I actually had one of the bed rug bed mats in my old pickup truck that I had, which was fantastic. So I'm not sponsored by Bedrug or anything. I just want to share this with you guys because I'm always working on things on my car, even on projects in the house where I'm on my back or I'm crawling around. I don't want to hurt my knees or kneel on something. And this thing has been a lifesaver. So just want to share with you guys. I do have a link in the bottom if you want to check it out. But it's worth looking into. I think it's under $35. So check it out. Thanks again, and stay tuned for more videos.